After a long, cold winter, the first glimpses of open water can really get the blood pumping. And one of our favorite early season missions, bass, especially on a handful of lakes that have become like old friends over the years. Win-win waters with both largemouth and smallmouth bass. What do these lakes remind me of? They're a lot like the state fair, meaning they've got a lot of food and food booths, places where both green and brown bass can chow down. We're talking diverse structures and lots of cover. Cabbage, coontail, bulrushes, wood, rock, lots of shallow junk, and flats with a lot of living space. With so many options, what is the best way to find early season bass? Step on the troll motor and make lots of casts. Search baits like spinner baits, boot tail soft plastics, and rattle baits can be key. Another gem? Small, shallow running square bill cranks that deflect off a cover and can make finding bites efficient and fast. Bait's ideal for crank calling bass out of just about any kind of cover you encounter. On today's Edge, Lindner and Jeremy Smith run and gun for early season bass on a lake with lots of structure, cover, and food.
I knew it was going to be okay. I knew we were facing some issues with the front, but I didn't think we were going to be pounding these fish the way that we were or are.
Closed captioning is provided by Smooth Moves, adjustable boat seat suspensions for a smoother ride.
Oh man, Jer, it's going to be one of those mornings, man. 33 degrees this morning. We're going to be lucky if we get to 45 maybe throughout the day. Big front come through, big winds out of the northwest to welcome us to the lake. Every year Jer and I love going to new water. We like exploring different lakes, and we hit quite a few of them. And over the years, when you do that, you find certain lakes that you're comfortable with, that you really like to fish, whether it's for smallmouth, muskies, crappies, largemouth. There's certain lakes that you want to come back to. We haven't been back to here, 3 years ago?
3 years ago?
Something like that. Yeah. And this is a fun lake, what we call a fun lake. What do we mean by that? It's got good smallmouth population, some real nice largemouth, big walleyes, naturally a good run of northern pike. So you always catch a good hodgepodge of fish. But more importantly, the lake isn't boring.
It's got tons of habitat. I mean, we've got wood for an option, we've got shallow bays, we've got main lake stuff, rocks, weeds. It's got a lot of variety, and there's places we'll be able to fish today out of the wind. And one thing's for sure, the water, I got a feeling, is going to be the mid-50s. Whether it's spring or fall, that's a good time to catch big fish.
Even with a front like this. But the point is, the lake isn't boring. I want to talk a little bit more about that after we're out on the water seeing what the fish are doing. I got to get a little more clothing on me before I float off of here. I didn't bring no gloves either. I didn't expect it to be this cold. I'm glad I brought this. I could dip my fingers in it. You brought some gloves, I did not. I don't know what size this is. You got yours? Well, you got to wait till I get this one in, Jer. It feels okay. Oh yeah, nice largemouth. Nice largemouth. Whoa. Yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, you got a mouthful of brat. All right. Boy, I'm telling you, that bait is an amazingly good hooking bait. You got no problem getting hooked. There. Look at that one, huh? Nice one. Oh, there you go, baby. When we look for new lakes that we like to explore and up the odds in our favor, no matter if it's largemouth, smallmouth, walleyes, muskies, there's certain things we look for in advance when we're studying the maps. And one of the things that's important, a lot of structure at a lot of different depths. Big expansive flats that have living space on them before it breaks into deep water. Lots of different depth humps if it has, humps that are shallow, maybe 6 foot on top. humps that could be fall or winter spots that are like 12, 15, or 20 or 25, surrounded by 40, 50 feet of water. The more structure, diverse structure the lake has, the more it increases the odds of fish populations being high. Then you want stuff on that structure in the form of cover. You want a lot of shallow water cover. Things like boat docks, bulrushes, lily pads, good weed choked bays. You want cover on the flats, not just clear sand cover. You want types of cover on the flats that lead out to the drop off. The more diversity the lake has to offer and the cover that's on that structure, the better the lake is going to be. And this holds true for any kind of fish that swims. Oh, feels good. Feels real good. There he is.
There you go. Perfect. It's like clockwork.
Yeah.
Large and in charge.
Large, large. Large, large, large. Yeah. Just a mediocre. You know, a lot of these lakes, you got yours? The lake that we're on now, we're the best spots. We got some wood we're gonna go to, but the fish are coming off of big boulders on the inside of weed lines, and it's perfect for this bait. It's perfect. You know, there's certain baits, styles of baits that work better at certain times of the year than others. And little crankbaits like this, fished on shallow rocks and shallow wood when the water temperature is like, 54, 55, 56, even that's the magic number. That little sucker is a gem. This is one of the times where this little bait will really shine.
There we go. Got him that time.
Looks good.
I can't tell. We're kind of going towards it. I'm not sure.
First and fish that where a big fish should be. We got the
There we
wind
go.
that can fish it.
Came right off of it. I just got a stick. In the very next cast, I took his home on the first cast and caught him on the second. Look at that. Old warhorse. Largemouth. This one, I think, is not too bashful about biting stuff, but this is a good bait. Man, look at those little hooks. Just dive in. I love it.
There you go. This is that stick we were.
Thank you, sir. Oh, there we go. Got that out of there. Nice little largie.
A little bit skinny.
Yeah, a little skinny, but still a good time, especially early in the year like this. But the thing with this bait is, like I mentioned, that fish came off a piece of wood, and the idea with that square bill design is it's so good at deflecting off of cover, and cover in the spring is king when it comes to finding largemouth. There's not a lot of new weeds that have developed yet, so when you find wood, the lily pad roots and rocks this time of year, that's where the largemouth are, and having a bait that can get through that stuff without hanging up is really, really key. And Mr. Largemouth agrees. You can see that. Just gonna drop a waypoint on that elm. There we go. Nice. That feels like a big fish, yeah. Dragging it back there.
What color?
I think it's a brown bass. It's a brown bass. A nice brown bass, too. We're on a real sharp wall, so the strike window's pretty tight. And we've got this program working. Al's got the front covered, and I'm covering the back. And one little tip I'll give you if you're fishing in the back of the boat is you don't always have to try to beat the guy to the next spot. Just fishing slow behind the boat and fishing that deeper edge can often be really, really productive. Come here, Mr. Brown Bass. Oh yeah, baby, look at that. That's a nice brown bass, huh? Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful fish. He said hello, Mr. EX brat. That's the fun part about being in some of these lakes up here in northern Minnesota. It could be brown, it could be black. Never quite sure what it's going to be, and that little crankbait catches both of them.
I got one!
Whoever coined the phrase, less is more, wasn't much of a fisherman. He probably talked himself into a V6 when he could have got a V8, settled for 100 horsepower instead of 250, and went home empty-handed when he should have doubled down. Introducing the Solix series. From Mega Imaging to AutoChart Live to CrossTouch, Solix has all of fishing's most innovative technologies on our biggest screen ever. Because more is more. Only from Humminbird.
At Mercury, we put everything we have into our engines, and we take every ounce we can out of them. So when we set out to build a completely new engine, we looked at every nut, bolt, screw, shaft, gear at Callin, and then we started innovating. New engineering, top secret alloys, and ended up creating the lightest line of engines in their class, so you can get way, way more out of way, way less. Introducing the all-new V6 Mercury 4-strokes. Lighter, quicker, more efficient. Mercury, go boldly.
Lund Boats has 2 smoking deals for making memories this summer. Lund 1650 Rebel XS is an incredible boat at an incredible price. This boat is filled with features like side and center rod lockers, aerated live well, and a heavy-duty trailer with fold-away tongue. Add the optional flip-up seating and ski pylon for family fun. Or choose Lund's 1625 Fury XL. It has all the fish-catching features you'd expect from Lund at a jaw-dropping price. For more information and a free catalog, go to lundboats.com.
This segment is brought to you by Northwest Ontario. There's no place like this.
I'm going to keep going, Jer. I'm not going to backtrack over that area. Okay, I want to fish all the way down here.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Ooh, right there. Feels pretty good, Jer.
Brown?
Not sure. Looks like a largemouth. Yeah, a nice largemouth. Yeah,
cool.
Good largemouth. Good largie. Baby. Nice one. Nice one, nice one. Right on the corner, right where you would have expected him to be. Huh? Good largemouth. Eating a brat. BX brat, nice fish, huh? Yeah, we're mixing it up here pretty good. I'm throwing up on top, doing a lot of cranking. You know, and Jerry's fishing down a little slower behind me. And I'll just show you a little crankbait that we've been using lately. This is from Rapple. It's called the BX Brat. Like they got a 3-footer and a 6-footer. Honey little bait for catching fish in shallow water. You know, this whole BX family of baits is really quite incredible. The inside of this thing is balsa, and it's got a hard shell around it. And they've got a series of different kind of baits. This little brat is the new kid on the block. And we've been using them ever since they introduced it. It's really a great bait. You get the flotation and the action of balsa, but the hard coating on top of it protects it from like toothy critter fish, like some of the lakes that we fish on. They got a lot of toothy critters. Great bait. You know, I'm cranking with a St. Croix Legend glass rod, and I got a Daiwa cranking reel at the Tula 5.5, and it's spooled up with 12-pound test Suffix fluorocarbon. Deadly combination, real simple stuff. You got that fish came off of this right rock series of rock back here.
There we go.
Got
another one. There we go, Al, another one. Feels decent too. I just touched that rock and then boom. These bigger rocks tend to hold the fish too out here. Oh, he's like, I'm ready for summer, I'm gonna jump. See a little sunshine? Boy, he launched that one. Look at the difference between that last fish I caught and this one. That's a lunch job. I'd say they like that crankbait. You know, there's something about balsa and crankbaits that just can't be duplicated.
This is my spot.
Right here.
My thinking spot.
My fishing spot.
My spot, not yours. This is where I go.
For release. And for catch and release.
Where no one can find me.
And fish can't hide from me.
This is my
Spot.
and I ain't going nowhere.
And that's all we need. We need next quarter so that we can postpone it to everyone.
Yeah? Stop working right now! Look outside. Is this spreadsheet weather? No, it's not. This is fishing weather. So stop clicking, get out there, and catch a bass. Stop what you're doing and start fishing Rapala ripstop.
Say goodbye to winter and hello to spring for your outdoor needs at Mills Fleet Farm, where you'll save with low fleet prices. Prepare for outdoor entertaining. There's a new selection of barbecue grills and new styles of patio furniture that offer comfort and durability. Shop now for wheelbarrows, rakes, and lawn tractors. Plus, be ready to tackle outdoor projects with a new log splitter, chainsaw, or power tool. For everything outdoors, it's Mills Fleet Farm. We are outdoors.
Having spent a lifetime fishing all over North America, I know a lot about water, wind, and waves. Water can be an inviting place, and yet at the same time, it can also be very unforgiving. With a simple push of a button, this fully adjustable Smooth Moves air suspension is designed to tame the waves and give you a smooth and comfortable ride no matter what conditions you face. Tame the water, wind, and waves with Smooth Moves.
The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
That 3-1, oh, got him. Yeah, little, never mind. Man, maybe not. I'm not sure.
Getting bigger.
Ooh, nice one, real
Nice
good one. I thought I had a little one.
Coming at you.
Yeah. Look at that. I gotta
Nice
spot
fish.
lock it again. I just get off a spot lock. Ugh. I just got off a spot lock. I moved 20 feet, and bingo, you get another one of these Donkey Kongs. Yes. Hang on, I'll give you a nice little belly wrap, gal. Huh. Good at.
I got one.
Where,
too.
you
We're
got
doubled.
yours?
Yeah, we're doubled.
We're double. I'm gonna hold it and we'll see how big his is. I'm gonna hold mine.
You got me. You definitely got me. But that was the second bite I had on that cast, so we're on a. We're
You're
on a good
fishing
spot.
dinks.
There we go. How about that? You know what's amazing to me? Al and I were just talking a second ago. We'll take a peek at his fish and I'll let this guy go.
Considerably bigger. Considerably. As you were saying,
Al and I were talking earlier about the springtime bite and how you get that water in the mid-50s and it's like you can turn and burn. And the thing with springtime fishing is there's a lot of places that don't have fish, period. But there's spots that have a ton of fish. Like we're on right now, I mean, we've caught a pile of fish in, I don't know, 3 boat lengths of water. So having a bait that you can cover a ton of water with that moves horizontally is absolutely critical because there can be miles of shoreline with nothing and then there's a little spot that's got a pile of fish. And you know, horizontal baits in the mid-50s just seem to outperform just about every other presentation, whether it's a crankbait like this, a rattle bait, you know, a shad wrap, even jerk baits, of course, are dynamite. Now, The next warm snap we get, this water jumps in the mid-50s. This bite, it's over. This is a pre-spawn deal. It's when it's at its hottest, and it is unbelievably effective. This is such a sweet spot. I got to show you what this looks like here on the bird. You can see this is a big, shallow, weedy bay with not a lot of features in it, except for what we're fishing. Check this out. This is the rock pile that I'm showing here. This is the mega imaging now, and you can see how detailed this is. There's a fish actually right there. All weeds, fished it on the weed edge, and then look at this rock. This is a hard rock line here. It's a big, flat rock. Look at this, boom. Just amazing. And we've got boulders on both sides of us. You can see a few fish tucked in there. So I've run side imaging for years, but now with this mega stuff, what I compare it to is going from watching SD TV to HD TV. Look at the detail in this. All the rocks, all the weeds. I mean, it's just amazing, the structure that you can see down there. No wonder there's fish here.
There's no place like this.
Yes!
Yeah, Lindner here for Angling Buzz.
I'm Tony Road.
Ray Rostow.
Lee Talcott here.
Brad Durick up here on the Red River.
Muskegon River.
Leech Lake.
Devil's Lake.
Beautiful Lake Vermilion.
Black.
Topwater's been really fun.
Go to the plastics.
Bass like this.
A lot of wallies like that.
Giant bluegills.
From Sturgeon Bay.
Lake Skakawea. Lake Winnie region.
Northern Wisconsin. Good luck, everybody.
Have fun.
Check us out on the web.
Current up-to-date fishing info from the best anglers in the Midwest. Learn from the pros at anglingbuzz.com.
Can't get enough Angling Edge? Wish you could learn more than you saw on TV? You can. Angling Edge DVDs dive deep into fish catching techniques that couldn't fit on air. It's like extra innings or overtime of Angling Edge. Choose from dozens of titles featuring your favorite freshwater fish. Purchase 5 DVDs at the incredible low price of $25. That's 5 DVDs for just $25. Purchase 2 sets and get free shipping too. Visit anglingedge.com to place your order. The Edge is presented by these and other fine sponsors.
Oh. Oh, oh, oh.
That looks like a big one.
Oh, Jer. Oh, ooh, 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 ooh. How sweet it is.
Good boy.
How sweet it is. This might be the queen of the day, Jer.
Sweet.
I'm fishing for a queen. Oh, no.
It's a nice fish.
Just another nice one. You know, these are those bites at this time of the year that you dream about all winter long. You dream about this condition at this time frame and catching fish like this, cast after cast after cast. We do this every year, not only with largemouth, we look forward to that smallmouth bite too. Oh, come on. Well, I'm telling you, the hook here on this thing is just incredible on that little bait. Absolutely magnificent. Like I said, I dream about this all winter long. I look and all I look is at the temperature and I said, it's 53, 54, 55. Jerry, we gotta go, we gotta go, we gotta go. They're on, baby. They're on. Oh, I love it. I love it. You know, I've been in small family-run businesses pretty much my entire career. And there's times that business decisions and my faith got a little bit challenged. Is this in line with God's Word, or can we maybe avoid it? Well, in a current article in Believer's Voice of Victory, I found this interesting, particularly if you're in business or thinking about being in business. Just listen up. Here is something worth remembering. Christianity was never meant to be dictated. It was meant to be demonstrated. Your job becomes your pulpit, your performance becomes your platform, and the marketplace becomes your parish. Jesus said it like this: "Let your light shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." That is why I wrote Faith in the Marketplace. So many believers have seen their Christianity as separate from their job or business, something for only Sunday morning. And many have a difficult time reconciling their Christian faith with their desire for profit and business success. Let me assure you, the two were never meant to be separated. A great illustration of this is a testimony I read about David M. Brown, the former CEO and president of LensCrafters, which he also co-founded. While growing up in church, Brown somehow received the belief that faith and business did not mix. He fell into the habit of applying one ethical system in his personal life and a completely different ethical system at work. But through an intimate encounter with the Lord, Brown began to realize that there might be a way to bridge the two worlds after all. Brown bridged those two worlds by bringing the servant leadership model of Jesus to his management at LensCrafters. After changing his leadership style and eventually the culture of the entire company, the company's phenomenal business success over the next 10 years speaks for itself. Company revenues grew to $2 billion. The number of company stores grew from 50 to 1,200. The company was considered the most profitable retailer at the time, with close to a 20% profit margin. The last 7 years of growth were funded by cash flow and no debt. And LensCrafter was the first for-profit company to receive the Volunteer Action Award from the White House for its Gifts of Sight program. I really was blessed by that. Remember, I've been in business all my life. You can be a business person and be successful by doing things in line with God's Word. I know a lot of people that are highly successful in business and don't even know God's Word. Why is that? Because God's Word simply has to work. It has to work. His Word works. They don't know they're successful because they're implementing things that He said to do if you're a business person. But that is the reason they are successful. His Word has to work. And running a business in line with God's Word, you will be successful. I can testify that for many years of bucking heads, should I or shouldn't. I had to share that with you. I think you'll be blessed by it. From all of us at The Edge, you have a good, safe fishing season. See you on the water.
Hey, I want to take a moment to thank you for watching. And if you really like what you see, we got a whole lot more. So check us out at any one of these online outlets. You know, in fishing, there are good days and there are great days. Time is just a wink from the Almighty. We plan, target, rig, and play the game like everyone else.